1,000 metres. Gates go back. They're off and they're racing. Bassett Hound is going to find himself last early doors. Down on the inside to Find Beautiful. Won the start from Let's Talk. Magnique is up running third shortly after the start. Over on the inside next of all when they get going is King's Drama, followed by Overdrive. Bassett Hound is next. Just inside of its heels as they reach the 600 metre mark. To Find Beautiful fired up in front. Pike trying to steady her down, leading the way from Let's Talk. Magnique, beautifully placed in transit, is up there third coming into the home turn. King's Drama down near the rails is next, and they're followed by Overdrive, and back behind them Bassett Hound going up looking for a run between horses in a small field, not getting a lot of room either. Oh, he's in some bother getting through that opening, trying to push through the gap. Now reaching the lead, Magnique. Now he gets clear. He gets through Bassett Hound. Bassett Hound grabs the lead. Let's Talk battles. Overdrive keeps coming, but it was Bassett Hound too good. Bassett Hound, well, he had to be willed through the gap to win the race over Let's Talk Overdrive, followed home by King's Drama. Magnique didn't really come on. She enjoyed a great run throughout, and dropping out of it to run last to Find Beautiful. Well, it was an interesting ride. Small field, trying to go through congestion, and got the job done eventually. Just a couple of little anxious moments at the 250 for those that might have been aboard at the very short odds. But a classy 3-year-old he is. 2 wins, 5 runs, 2 placings now, both victories this prep. Pat Carberry getting him home. The son of Wootton Bassett continues a good week for part owner Peter Walsh, who also had the Caulfield 2-year-old debutante winner Familia look very impressive on Wednesday. This is trained by Mitch Pateman, ridden by Patrick Carberry, part owned by Peter Walsh, Chris Coucher, SC Coucher, T. Notley, the Prince of Solder Point, Andrew Walker, R. Walker, G.J. Hunter and Mitch Pateman. Scoring from Let's Talk, down on the inside, Chanel Cooper. Overdrive, Chris Parnham. Probably lacked that little bit of dash that it showed first up. This has dominated the Bassett Hound though. And Let's Talk by I'm All the Talk from the Jim Taylor stable down on the inside of them. And Overdrive by Playing God. Neville Parnham, Chris Parnham, 4th, 5 King's Drama, 1 1/4 a long neck, 58.01, 33.62, the concluding 600 here. They've gone just marginally slower than the time produced by Long Service Leaf in winning the 1,000 metres to open up the card. Magnique looked as though she had every opportunity and hasn't come on there, so maybe just down a little on form so far this preparation. Next event, the running of the Key Clean Plate over 1,300. 10 and 11 both come out, Kashmira and Arabian Charm. Let's go downstairs and we'll catch up with Lockie here. That was an interesting watch from the 400 to about the 250 metre mark as the favourite, with Pat Carberry anxiously trying to push it through some narrow openings.
Yes, you could say that again, Darren. An interesting watch indeed for the short price favourite in Bassett Hound. I'm now joined once again by trainer Mitch Pateman. Mitch, at the top of the straight at the 500 metre mark, would you have liked to see Paddy come to the outside, or are you happy with the ride to see him ride for a little bit of luck?
Oh, I'm sure there'd be a reason behind it. Pat's not silly, so yeah, I was reaching for the rosary beads at about the 300, but yeah, I don't think Pat would have gone back inside him for no reason, so there'd be a reason behind it. You'll have to ask him, but yeah, good horses get the job done. Clearly a nice horse, 11 back to 1,000 today. How many more runs does he need at this short trip before you eventually get him out in trip out to 1,400 metres like you eventually want to? Yeah, he'll have another one this prep, whether it be somewhere between 1,000 and 12, it'll be there. And then, yeah, we'll just progress from there. You know, he's still got keen today, so I wouldn't be in a rush to get him to 14. And while he's winning, he can stick around here. Do you still believe he'll eventually get out to a mile, or are you starting to doubt yourself in that sense? I think he will eventually. He's got a lot to learn. Like, even out the back, he just wants to tow Josh everywhere and run over him, and he's just got a lot of nervous energy that will only come in time. But, yeah, there's obviously a lot of raw ability under the hood, and that's the main thing. Is there a world where he needs just more racing this time in, and you actually just need to give him 3 or 4 more runs this time in so he really learns what it's all about for next time in? He probably does need more racing, but I don't think it'll be this time. You know, I sort of, not saying he is in the same league as Joker's Grim, but I just want to try and follow sort of what Bernie did with him, and I think it was 3 runs through winter, put him out, bring him back, in the summer and just take him through his ratings races and see where he ends up.
Ernie's a smart man and a smart man to follow. Well done here.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, mate.
There's Mitch Pateman after the win of Bassett Hound. Nice victory here this afternoon. First victory on a Saturday, and it wasn't without a few nervous moments, Riley, especially between the top of the straight and around that 200-metre mark.
No, it certainly was not, Lockie, as he went back to the inside and tried to pick his way through the field with that run that Pat Carberry afforded him here today. And it did get a little bit hairy for a stride or two there at the final furlong, but once he was able to bullock his way into the clear and muscle through the field, it was a really dominant performance once again from Bassett Hound, who's taken the leap here today into graduation company with aplomb. It's always tough to make that step from a maiden into a Saturday race and get the job done, but given the run that he had, Locke, he's done so in pretty fine style.
That he has. He's going to be a really nice horse that we cannot wait to follow over the next 12 months. I love the patient approach that Mitch Pateman has planned for him. No need to target any big feature races at this early stage of his career, but just allow him to go through his grades. Hopefully teach him what racing is all about, and then we might see a very, very nice horse in 12 months' time. But here is Pat Carberry with Riley.
Thanks a lot. Catching up with Paddy Carberry after the win of Bassett Hound. Pat, congratulations on the win. He did have to be wheeled through that gap late in the race, and it might have got a little bit hairy for a stride or two there in the straight, but once he did muscle his way into the clear, it was fair to see he's got a bit on these.
I wasn't that hairy, mate. I had a haircut yesterday, but no, I was sort of dictated a bit to where I was sort of headed with Chris. I would have had to reverse back and go around him, and just didn't want to do that and get him off balance. It was a bit of a neat run, but you know, he only had a short amount of starts, whereas the other ones that he's racing against are older and been around the block a few times, had a dozen plus starts. But you know, he's missed a bit of work between his first win and today, and he's had a good blow today, and he would have learned a lot out of today. So looking forward to his future.
As you mentioned, it was a month between runs here today, and certainly on the fresher side of things. And dropping him back to the 1,000, given he can or has shown a tendency to want to overdo things a little bit early in his career, was going to be a bonus for him. But it still seemed as though early in the race he gave you a little bit of a hard time in bringing him back underneath you.
Yeah, he was very fresh today, even though he comes here and works most other days. But he was a bit fresh and a bit above himself, as I said. You know, a bit of a gap in between runs, and he's still a work in progress. His brain's still got to catch up to his ability and his motor, but he's slowly getting there. And yeah, shout out to the team, Mitchell and all the team back at home, doing a good job, and appreciate the opportunity from the owners.
We know the ability that he has got, but it still gave me the impression in that maiden win last starter that it surprised you a little bit with how quickly he was able to round them up and really pick them up and put them down as easily as he did.
Yeah, we know he's got it there. He showed it to us plenty of times at home. But as I say, mentally he's still not really there yet. But you know, his last win was really good, albeit only against maidens. And I thought today was a good win. You know, he floated a bit late when he got to the front, but yeah, he's in the next 6 to 12 months he's going to be a really nice horse, hopefully.
Well done on the win.
Cheers, mate.
There's Paddy Carberry, back-to-back wins for a really exciting Wotton Bassett 3-year-old in Bassett Hound, who gets the job done to take out race 2 here at Belmont Park.